Welcome, Thunder community, to another Thunder Talk. Today, I've got a special guest here today, Rachel Alexander. She just won the 4A state or the 3A state diving championship on Saturday. It was cool. You were sitting in third, weren't you?
Going into finals, yeah.
Yeah, going into finals. So she was sitting in third, and then in the final round, she pulled out the win to be a state champ. And so we're going to talk to Rachel a little bit just about that experience and things like that. So I would say that it's been a life goal, probably, right?
Yeah, for sure. And I know last year I was in first going into finals and then didn't do so well.
Sure.
Slipped down a bunch of places. So this year I really wanted to do a lot better than last year. So,
yeah. And so what was so last year you were in first going into the final round. This year you were in third. So what was kind of your mental thought process of going into those? Because you had, 6 more dives left in the final round? Is that right? 3 dives left in the final round?
So Kenny and I had saved my best and hardest dives for the final round, hoping that, I could catch up. And so it's easier to gain places than defend your place.
Sure.
And so we tried to do my hardest dives at the end so I could, catch up to all the other girls.
Mm-hmm.
And so I knew going into finals that I wasn't super far behind the other girls, and they had easier dives, and I was like, okay, I can do these well, and so I just need to do them well, and then I can possibly win.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's awesome. And so what was the whole experience? I mean, being a state champ is awesome. No one ever gets to take that away from you.
Yeah.
Like that, you'll have that for the rest of your life. You're going to get a picture in our athletic hallway and things like that. So, I mean, what is it? I don't know. What's the feeling? What do you?
It's kind of surreal. I think definitely after it happened, it still didn't feel like I had won. It was
Sure.
like I didn't know what to do. I was super excited, and I still don't really think I comprehend everything
right?
that it means. I didn't think it would actually happen. I wanted it to, but I wasn't sure.
Yeah, so you put in a lot of time into diving.
For sure.
So kind of tell us what your, what's your off season like and things like that with diving? A couple days a week practice, 3 days a week, every day?
Yeah, so I go to a club with Mr. Kinney as well, and so I try to do practice outside of season, and they don't have it every day, but I try to go at least once a week. And so now this off season I really need to get in the pool more often than I did last off season so I can defend my title next year.
I know, right?
Yeah. So that's the challenge this summer.
That's the challenge, right?
Yeah.
So to defend that title and things like that. So, I mean, as Discovery Canyon, we're super proud of you. I know that's been a kind of a lifelong goal, and it's always cool to see kids reach that goal. What would you tell younger kids that are either coming into high school or maybe even in high school and they have some aspirations like that, or even the little people that really like, a certain sport, or what would you tell them, about that?
I would just say that hard work gets you really far. And so if you put in the time and you put in the effort, I think you can do what you want to.
Yeah.
So I think it totally just depends on the effort that you put into it.
Totally. So whatever we put in, we're going to get out of it.
Yeah.
Right.
Sure.
Yeah. And I think that you guys have heard a lot of our state champs come through. We've done talks like this, and they've all kind of echoed the same thing, be coachable. She's talking about Coach Kinney being not just coachable, but now taking it to the next, put the work in.
Yeah.
Because we all dream about being state champs, right?
Right. But the ones that can do it are the ones that put in the work.
Yeah, so. I totally agree with that. So that's so cool. So Rachel's our state champ and in diving, and we're super excited for her. And next year, you do kind of have a little target on. I think Patrick Alice is going through that right now,
right? Yeah,
and
probably.
stuff. But yeah, I think you'll be fine.
Yeah,
you've done an awesome job. What because you are also full DP student here in our IB program.
Yes.
How have you been able to balance being an athlete as well as a high academic load?
So it's been a bit of a challenge. I know there's been some late nights every once in a while.
Sure.
But I know my teachers are super understanding of the fact that, I do have a lot of time taken out of my day for diving, and there's a lot of other kids who are in sports too, and so they're very supportive of the fact that we don't always have as much time as usual.
Okay.
And so I know going into this off-season part, I have a lot of homework to catch up on. But yeah, I think I'm not super worried about it because I feel like I have a good support system.
Sure.
And so I think time management is the hardest part of it, making sure you get the assignments done as soon as you can and as well as you can, and doing just as good as you can, and make sure you still get enough sleep and you still do other things other than just homework.
Yeah, right. Sports. Finding that balance,
right,
in life. And I think that even as adults, we got to find that balance. Like, where do we? And I think that's something that we can all learn a lesson on. And that every now and then it's okay to put the books down and go have some fun.
Sometimes.
Yeah, right. Yeah. That I would say that as well. And so those are just good advice. I mean, Rachel is a full DP student. She's also, diving, and so she's balanced stuff pretty well, I would say. I mean, you really have. You got it. I mean, probably a lot better than me. Like I don't balance stuff sometimes so well. But just some highlights. So just again, if you see Rachel around the community and stuff, tell her congratulations. I know that she's been in the paper this last week. I'm sure there's going to be some other things come along with those accolades of being a state champ and stuff. So we're super proud of her. This week, we got a basketball game home tonight. If you can make it, 6:00 for boys. And then we've got another basketball game on Valentine's Day. So if you're not going out and you would like to make a date of coming to the basketball game on Thursday, that'd be sweet. And then we have wrestling. We're hosting the regional. So swimming kind of has wrapped up their season, and now we're into postseason with wrestling. And then basketball will wrap up their regular season, and then we go into playoffs with basketball. So it's kind of one thing after another, but it's awesome. So if you get a chance, just come watch kids compete. That's all we ask. I mean, I think it's so much fun. I had a great time up at swimming on Friday and Saturday watching them compete. And so if you get a chance, come and see these kids compete because they do awesome and amazing things. So congratulations to Rachel.
Thank you.
And we're super excited for her next year. And our kids competing this weekend. So if you get a chance, come out and watch. Thanks.